Hello, Namaste. Today I will be talking about Tapasya. So we're going through our niyamas, and these are the things that we can apply to our lives in order to be more at peace, more content, and live in harmony with ourselves and the world. So this is all about the self and how you apply self-discipline to yourself. So Tapasya, a literal translation, is to burn or to heat, because when we apply a disciplined practice to our life, we burn up karma. And karmically, when we apply self-discipline in any areas of our life, really, we reap a reward for it, and we get the karma back. We get that positive karma back. So I was describing Tapasya to my son, Austin, who is 7. And I loved how he came back with this phrase, and he said, so Mummy, what you're saying is Tapasya is doing something that's hard, but it's worth it. And I was like, well, yeah, in a nutshell, that's kind of it. So I really like that. So you've got to apply yourself and do something that's challenging, it's tough, it's hard work, but there's a, oh, this is worth it feeling. There's some joy at the end of it. There's thank God I got that done feeling. There's the reward for the hard work. So examples being, number one is meditation. So meditation is hard work. It often looks from the outside to others that, oh, look at them, they're just la la la, peaceful in their own little land of meditation. But actually it's really hard to sit there, to sit with all the uncomfortable feelings inside of yourself, to look at yourself inwardly and accept you as you are, and to be still when we're so conditioned to being drawn into the outer world and being busy all the time, and that we shouldn't sit still and close our eyes. And for a lot of us, it might not be hard for everyone, but for most of us it is hard to sit. And there are times when it's completely blissful and the hard work pays off, because you transcend the body, transcend the mind, you go into this beautiful place. Sometimes it's only for a fraction of a moment, sometimes it's longer, and that's what you're reaping. You know, the hard work pays off because you're getting something out of it. You're finding that your life is improving, your anxiety is reducing, your stress is reducing through the self-discipline of the practice. It also can be applied to yoga and other forms of exercise. So quite often we might feel unmotivated. Oh, I can't be bothered to go to class, I can't be bothered to go to the gym, I can't be bothered to go for that walk. But when we do, and we discipline ourselves to do the exercise, we feel better afterwards. We've got more energy and our blood is pumping around the body, and we've released all the good, happy chemicals in the brain that make us feel good and happier. So there's the reward for the hard work. There's many examples for Tapasya, and when you think of something that's challenging for you, and you feel like you don't want to do it, and I'm going to not do it, and you're giving in to the weaker part of yourself, that monkey mind, that ego that wants to pull you away from happiness and contentment. We've all got it. We've all got that negative part of ourselves, that negative self-talk that will say, nah, don't worry about eating healthily, don't worry about meditation, don't worry about keeping the house clean, you know, just be lazy. And if we listen too much to that voice, it gains power over us. And I've seen it in close relationships, and it's really sad once that voice gets listened to time and time again. That ego, that negative part of the mind starts to take over the positive, and it really can be very destructive. that's how people become addicted to things, because they listen to that voice that tells them, oh yeah, just have another glass of wine, or have another cigarette, or have another shot of whatever drug it is that they're addicted to, because they're not applying self-discipline. And what happens is they're going for the short-term gratification. So the short-term gratification is, I want to feel better right now, so I'm going to have this shot of tequila, or I'm going to have that piece of chocolate cake, or I'm going to have whatever it is that gives you that instant feeling of gratification, of feeling better in that moment. It's sweet. You know, often Yogananda describes things that if it's sweet, it will most likely turn to poison. So it has that initial rush of energy, gives you that initial nice feeling, but how do you feel after the fact? And if you're feeling awful and it's not good, and then you've got to have another one, so it could be caffeine even, just that constant cycle of having to keep picking yourself up through your coffee. It has this destructive hold over you, where you're not going to rise up and become free, to be a stronger, more empowered person, to really apply your goals. So you become weaker-willed, and you don't feel good. Ultimately, you just don't feel good. So I'm not saying that anybody that has habits is a bad person or anything like that. Like, we're all good in our hearts, and we're all trying to do our best for ourselves. But become aware of these things in your life, and think of Tapasya, and think, okay, it might be hard to say no to these things because I want to feel better now. But if I say no now, it might feel like poison to begin with, because I'm depriving myself of something that I really, really, really am attached to and enjoy. But ultimately, if we stick to our guns and we have that self-discipline, we will feel better in the long run, and we're going to feel healthier. We're going to not get so sick. We're going to have more energy. We're going to have better moods. We're going to feel brighter within ourselves. And ultimately, then we strengthen the positive, stronger, higher mind, so that higher mind has more strength over the smaller ego mind, and we can then flourish. And in a moment when there's that temptation, it's like, no, that's not for me, and you don't do it because you're well practiced. So it takes a lot of practice. So the Tapasya is something that becomes a practice, so you can apply it to lots of things. It could be you're doing your chores, it could be helping someone. So maybe there's someone in your life that that you have to work with, and it's not great, and you're resisting it, but you can see it as a form of Tapasya, that okay, this has been put in front of me, and what is it that I can learn through this relationship with this person? And if I apply myself and do what I need to do to work hard through this relationship, ultimately perhaps there will be a higher reward for it, and you feel good, and perhaps the relationship will improve and things like that. But it doesn't always happen. So I made a mistake once with Tapasya, and I was in a bad relationship, and I was seeing this relationship as my Tapasya, and I'm going to work hard, and it's this challenge, and I would do things against my own will in order to help them feel better, to serve them, and because I was thinking, okay, this is hard, but I'm going to do it because it's Tapasya. But it took me a little while, but one day the penny dropped, and I realized actually this isn't Tapasya, because there's no joy at the end of this Tapasya. It just seems an ongoing, hard work, challenging situation that never seems to be improving, and I don't seem to be feeling any joy or any goodness coming out of it. And that's when I had my wake-up call and realized I had to change some things. So so be careful, you know. Tapasya isn't all hard. There is challenge, there is sacrifice perhaps, but there is good, higher good that ultimately comes out of it. So I'm sure that there's something in your life that you can relate that to. It could be your diet, perhaps. It could be your workplace. It could be, you know, your meditation practice, your yoga practice. So every time you apply your self-discipline and your will to stick to your guns and think, no, I've chosen this, I'm going to do it, I'm going to stick to what has been put before me. Sometimes it could be something you've got to do that's really embarrassing or, you know, really out of your comfort zone. So being out of your comfort zone is how you can describe Tapasya. So for me, in the beginning, teaching yoga was really out of my comfort zone, and I was not comfortable talking, speaking out in front of people. In the beginning, I was not comfortable talking to a screen, doing these videos, and it was really challenging for me. But that was my Tapasya, and I thought, no, I'm being guided to do this. I'm going to rise up. I'm going to apply the self-discipline. I'm not going to give in to that voice that tells me I can't do it, and I'm going to do it. And ultimately, the goal is received, and you feel good. You feel so happy for doing it, and you know, you start to reap the benefits when you start helping others with your practice, and it becomes easier. So the more we apply ourselves, the more we practice this Tapasya, the easier it gets. And, you know, the more things start to manifest for you in your life. So you can maybe do volunteer work and think, okay, I know about Ashtaya, where I'm not really meant to let people take from me. But if I volunteer my time for Tapasya, then the reward will come back through another way, and you'll get given stuff. It's just amazing how the karma circles around. So you can do things to burn up your karma so that you're doing things for others, and then ultimately you receive good karma back and things work out better for you. And yeah, it's a wonderful way to look at life and to look at things around you and the things that you have to do. So rather than, you know, doing things with that resistance, it's like applying yourself wholly. Even though this is hard, even though this is challenging right now, I'm going to do it because I know it's for the higher good, and I know it's for the best of this person, or for most importantly, yourself. It's for the best for you. So, like I said, don't fall into the trap of applying Tapasya to something that isn't serving you. You'll know. You might not know straight away. It might take you a bit of time to learn the lesson, but ultimately you start to realize that it's not serving you. So there are practices we can do in order to develop our willpower. Will comes from the solar plexus. So this is our third chakra, the Manipura, and it's yellow. And it represents fire, so the burning fire within you that can get strong and courageous, and that inner fire to set you going on your path, to get you going. So when someone has a lot of fire and strength and energy in them, then they're those doing types of people that don't hold back, and they have a goal and they just get out and do it. They run marathons, they do what they need to do to apply themselves wholly. And when this is out of balance and it's not strong, then that's when we can really slip back and fall into poor habits and have power struggles and all of those things where we start listening to the wrong aspects of our mind. So we're going to develop our solar plexus today through our meditation. We'll focus on this chakra like we did with the root chakra back along, like one of our classes. And we'll also remember that physical exercise to the core will help develop your inner core. So the inner strength and the physical strength are connected. So your practices in yoga, like your fire in the belly, where we do strong sit-ups and supine twists, are getting all into this area. So the supine twist will release tension and contraction in the solar plexus if we become overly strong in this area, and the fire in the belly will strengthen if we become weak in this area. So, you know, those kind of practices really help, and we've got breathing techniques as well that we can use to strengthen. So let's begin our practice and find your comfortable cross-legged position if that works, or sit in a chair, whatever you need to be comfortable. If you'd like to use mala beads, then you can grab them. And we'll be doing the mantra Om Namah Shivaya today. So Om Namah Shivaya is a wonderful go-to mantra that I recommend for everyone once they've been practicing meditation for a little while. It's one of my favourite go-tos that I will come back to time and time again, and it really helps to destroy the lower aspects of yourself so that these higher positive parts of yourself can shine through. So it really helps to develop the will, the inner core strength within you. So let's allow ourselves to find the palms facing up. You can join your thumb and forefingers together if you like, the chin mudra, or just palms open. We'll close down the eyes and inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale, lift and hold. Exhale, roll back and down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. And soften through the whole shoulder area, the neck, the arms, down the legs into the feet. Soften the face, the eyelids, the breath. And just sit in the stillness for a few moments. Bring your attention to your breath and find your Ujjayi breath. So that's where we partially close the back of the throat so that we take a gentle constriction into the windpipe, allowing the breath to be controlled. Sounds like the ocean as you inhale deeply through the nose. And exhale fully, navel drawing in. Inhale, release the belly. Take the breath all the way into the heart. And exhale, navel in. Inhale, belly expands, ribs and heart open. Hold. And exhale, the navel in. Inhale deep. Hold the breath. And you decide when to release. Perhaps you can have a gentle hold at the end of the exhale. And then a fresh breath flows in. Exhale. Feel your body softening into the meditation. And inhale again, holding at the heart for as long as you feel. And exhale, as your navel draws in, bring your awareness to your solar plexus. So it's around your navel area, probably a little bit above the navel, depending on your anatomy. If you think just below the ribs and above the navel, that'll be around that area. Breathe into this space. So this time we'll take that deep Ujjayi breath. Expand the belly, but keep your awareness at the solar plexus. And as you exhale, you strongly draw in at the solar plexus, navel in. And then inhale deep. hold and divide the exhale into 3 parts. So you draw the navel in a third and hold, and then another third, and then all the way in. So you're really contracting that navel into the spine. Inhale, release the belly. Hold, and again, divide into 3 parts. Exhale a third and pause. And again, and again. Inhale deep. Hold, and exhale. Third and pause. And again, and all the way out, drawing that navel into spine. Release and inhale, fully expanding the belly. Hold, now exhale one smooth breath out, navel in, keeping the awareness of the solar plexus. Option to hold the breath out for a few moments. And when you're ready, breathe naturally. But keep your attention here at the solar plexus. So your mind might wander, that's okay, just when it does, bring it back. Holding it at the solar plexus, and I want you to imagine a fiery ball of light in your solar plexus. It might be small right now. It might be large already. But as we breathe and inhale into this space, it's like you're bringing oxygen into the fire. So just like when you blow on a flame, the fire will ignite more and flicker. Or feeding the fire in your own solar plexus with this oxygen from your breath. And you can imagine the flame, the fiery ball of energy in your solar plexus growing larger with each soft breath. So your breath is soft, but it's feeding this light within you. It's feeding this inner strength within you that is there, waiting to be activated, waiting to be ignited with your breath, with your practice, with your intention. Growing larger and larger until this whole area around your torso, your waist, is alive with this golden fire. Drinking in the breath, feeding the flames, feeding your inner strength, feeling it develop, knowing you've got that internal will. It's there within you. Simply have to apply it and listen to it. It's like a muscle. So willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it will get. You can test it on small things to begin with. Don't go for the big things first up. Little things, step by step. Test it. Feel good about it, and then use it more, and use it more, and use it more. And you'll feel this fire within you grow, develop, so that you have power. You have power over your own monkey mind. You have power over your own self-control. You have power in your relationships with others so that you don't let them take your power away. You have the power to apply yourself through challenging situations, through challenging chores, challenging parts of your lives, through challenging meditations, because there will be challenging meditations where you don't feel like sitting and you don't want to be there. And this is deep, deep within you, that will to sit through it. Burn up the karma. So those meditations that you don't want to sit in are the ones that you need to sit in, because you've got karma being released. You've got past stuff, yucky stuff coming up that needs releasing, and that meditation will help you to release it, and you'll feel so good after. Keeping the awareness now at the solar plexus, we'll begin our mantra. Om Namah Shivaya on the inhale. Om Namah Shivaya on the hold. And Om Namah Shivaya on the exhale. Om Namah Shivaya inhale. Om Namah Shivaya hold. Om Namah Shivaya exhale. So you flow now in time with your own breath. Repeating the mantra mentally inside your head, so not out loud. You don't need to say it out loud. Just within your own mind. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. You might say it slowly. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So it will depend on your breath. Keeping the awareness at the solar plexus, you bring the mantra into you, into your whole being, into your core. And even when thoughts come and go, you just stay with the mantra. If you're using the mala beads, then you can do one bead to one mantra. And that'll take you around the whole mala in 108 mantras. It doesn't take long, probably 10 minutes if you're on your own practicing, depending on how fast you breathe. So we'll sit in silence now with the mantra, the breath, with any thoughts that come and go, so we don't attach to them. If you start going off in the story within your head, you'll come out of it. As soon as you know, you just come back. It's no big deal. It happens all the time. The more we practice meditation, the easier it gets to bring ourselves back. The quicker we start to notice when we've gone, and the more likely we'll have a blissful experience in our meditation. own time, you may cease the mantra. Sitting with yourself as you witness the breath. Witnessing any sounds around you. Witnessing any thoughts that come and go. Just noticing them but letting them go. Allowing anything to percolate up. So this is a time when things might come up. If there's an emotion, just sit with the emotion. If there's an idea, then hold on to that idea. It could be something. It could be something to work with. Yeah, if there's a question, ask it. Ask the universe, ask your higher self for the wisdom to know the answer. Over time, the more you practice meditation, the more you'll have these moments of peace with no mantra. And you might even have a spontaneous moment when you're going around your beads, or just randomly while you're reciting your mantra, you might have a moment where you just stop and sit and you feel the stillness, no thought. Might not be for long to begin with. And then when the mind gets busy again, you come back to the mantra. Time, the spaces between the thoughts get longer and more peaceful, and it's so relaxing, so stress relieving. It makes you feel free. It's such a nice feeling. Start to end the meditation by bringing our palms together at the heart and bowing the chin in gratitude. So you can find gratitude for 3 things in your life right now that is hard. So it's tough, the things that are out of your comfort zone or challenging, yet you know they're worthwhile. Perhaps there's been something that you've been tested for. So Tapasya can be like a test. It's like perhaps you've gone through a particular time in your life that's been really testing. And how did you get through that? And how did you apply yourself? And perhaps you can look back and think, aha, yes, I can be grateful for that time in my life now because I see there's been a reward for it. Something good has come out of it. We don't see it often when we're in it, but once we've come through and we've worked through the Tapasya, we've burnt up our karma, and we can see it clearly. So finding the gratitude for those types of things in your life. Perhaps you can't find 3, that's okay. Just however many it comes to you. Thank the universe for these tests, these challenges. And then we'll thank all the great teachers of yoga, all the great teachings of yoga, by all the great teachers. And I thank you deeply for watching and for listening and for being interested in these teachings. I'd love your feedback. Please write a comment if you've enjoyed the class and let me know how you go. To conclude, we'll chant Ram. So Ram is the mantra, or the sound, I should say, is more sound for the solar plexus. So I want you to bring your awareness back into the solar plexus so that we can really cleanse, clear and activate this space with our Ram. We'll chant it 3 times out loud together. Rub the palms together. Take a deep breath in. Ra. Hands come back together at the heart. Inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for watching. You can open your eyes in your own time, and I hope you have a beautiful day.